Do you have the guts to fail in order to succeed? Welcome to Savvy, where we have lots of practical wisdom to share. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button below, and while you're at it, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more advice here at Savvy. It seems counterintuitive to welcome failure in order to succeed, right? But in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to talk about, and how failure is necessary for the pursuit of genuine success. Inspired by Denzel Washington's speeches, here's a list of hard-hitting questions you should ask yourself about failure as a necessity. Number 1, are you willing to take risks? Let's start with a little imaginary situation. Picture this. You are walking in a forest and you see a chest of gold ready for the taking. But there is only one problem. There is a sea of snakes on the path between you and the possibility to get rich. Would you still risk the walk to retrieve the chest of gold or not? In this situation, taking risks is not all about risking the walk towards the sea of snakes. It's about risking trying. Would you have tried to see if the snakes are even alive in the first place? Would you have tried to take a better look from your vantage point if the chest of gold were really worth it? It's not just about the two choices of going for the chest or walking away. It's about taking the situation into a perspective that asks hard questions and poses risks that are necessary. A life without risks isn't life at all, just as life without taking risks is not living at all. Your comfort zone might just choke you into a safe but unlived life. A life spent in the safe zones is just a graveyard for unused potential and talents where the doors of opportunity have always been there, but shut off completely by you, and not because of the lack of keys. So don't hang around the sidelines too long. Cross the road even if there are snakes, because the other side just might be worth it, if not for guaranteed rewards, for the lessons you will learn at the end of it. After all, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Number 2, are you willing to think outside the box? This is hard if you start off by thinking, I don't see anything outside the box. That's the problem. It doesn't have to be that way. To think outside the box is not a dive into the unknown with a quest to find great ideas pronto. It's an encouragement to tap the ocean with tentative toes, to have a feel of the great unknown, with a quest to take one's time in finding out new angles. The best part is that the more you do it, the more it's going to be easy. You just have to be willing to do it. Everything else follows. Number 3, are you willing to embrace your failed experiments? There's a story that claims how Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 experiments and failed all of them before having his first successful one after that, his 1,001st experiment. But the world could only remember the 1,001st, not the 1,000 failed ones before it. You see, Thomas Edison wouldn't have had that breakthrough without the lessons he got from his failures. He embraced his failures just as much as he embraced his success, because he understood that in order to succeed big time, he had to fail big time as well, and that's okay. As Denzel Washington emphasized, if you don't fail, you're not even trying. If the defeats you encounter in life could only speak, it will ask, would you want this stopover to be your last? There's always the option to rest for a while. Failures do suck the energy out of us, but the stopover is right. There's always rest, and there is always more to look forward to after failures, because you now have an arsenal of trial and errors up your sleeve to use. Number 4, are you willing to hang around the barber shop? As the saying goes, you hang around the barber shop long enough, sooner or later, you're gonna get a haircut. This applies to instances in life when you didn't get that job you wanted or didn't get the role you auditioned for. What separates those who do get the part from those who ever won't is resilience and the determination to try and try again, to hang around the barbershop long enough. It's like waiting in a long line at the bookstore before cutoff, when you know with certainty that before the day ends, you're going to get that book signed eventually. The only thing you have to do is be patient and be sure of yourself. To inspire you with Denzel's story, he didn't get the part of a musical he auditioned for, but he didn't quit. He didn't step out of the line. Instead, he reflected on his shortcomings and prepared for the line. So the next time you fail, you can make a list of a routine and the pros and cons of your current state and improve from there. Document your growth and see how much the change will be after every line you aren't accepted in, up until the one that surely will. Number 5. Which direction are you going to fall? To fall behind or fall forward? That is the question. When faced with failures, it's natural to fall behind out of tiredness and defeat. But have you ever considered falling forward? Falling forward means seeing what you're going to fall into, not lagging behind. To put it simply, if you fail, move forward and start from there, not behind where you could get stagnant with the thought of being insufficient. Number 6. Do you have the guts to fail? Lastly, remember what the wise men say. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Basically, it's everything in a nutshell of all the questions we went over in this list. To do something you never did, you have to take risks, to think outside the box, to embrace your failures, to keep lining up for auditions, and to fall forward. Make sure when you try at something that you use your potentials, talents, and skills, from knowing how to sew to having the cadence of a rapper. The important thing is before failing, you have tried everything from the start. If you didn't use your potential, try the next opportunity using them. And if that still doesn't work, then shift your strengths elsewhere new. Just try, fail, fail, fail 100 more times and then succeed. Have the guts to fail, so when it happens, you can face it with a ready heart. Well, that is enough practical wisdom for today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up below. We will be posting 4 to 5 videos per week. So click that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of our new videos weekly. Thanks everyone, and see you in the next video. Ciao ciao!